So today, the theme of this practice is strengthening our hands and our feet. We will start, as we start any practice, with a sitting meditation for a few moments, just to help settle us in, help us center us. So closing your eyes, sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position. Take the extra flesh from underneath the sit bones. Press the sit bones into the ground. And then lengthen up through the spine, reaching the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Bring your shoulders up towards the ears and draw your shoulder blades down your back. Just opening up that heart center. Giving yourself space to breathe deeply. Just starting quietly in a quiet place. First with noticing any kind of outer distractions or external distractions. And the act of just noticing, not engaging, not attaching to the sounds or the stimulation is the first step. And then we have that inner chat, what's going on in our heads, our worries, our thoughts. Just again doing the same, just noticing, being aware, being that observer, and letting the thoughts go. Eventually, you begin to connect with your body. So taking some deep breaths, begin to deepen the breath. Doing that in the Ujjayi breathing, where we inhale and exhale through our nose, making a notion sound in the back of our throat at our lungs. So taking an inhale and then exhale. Inhale and exhale. You can even practice with your mouth open for the exhalation. And as you exhale, you imagine yourself fogging up a piece of glass. So taking an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Doing that several times with your mouth open, and if you wish, then to come back to practicing this Ujjayi breath with the mouth closed. Now, taking 2 more deep breaths. And then drop your chin to your chest. Flutter your eyelids and open your eyes. So starting with our hands, strengthening our arms, our hands and our forearms. Just spreading the fingers forward, the hands and each finger spread apart so that the pinky is as far away from the thumb as possible. Reach the hands away, as far away from your shoulder. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Feel the energy, actually, there's an energy field in your arms and your fingers. And then drop the hands down. So we're stretching at our wrists and our fingers, and repeat back and forth, spreading the fingers as you rise, and keeping them spread as you drop the hands down. Back and forth several times. And then come back to center, and then begin to rotate the wrists. So we start in one direction, so outside, away from them. Just limbering up those wrists before we start the practice. You can do this even at work or wherever you are, and go in the opposite direction. And then the palms as well. And by pressing, using the force of your hands together, reach the elbows away simultaneously. You begin to stretch out the fingers and spread the fingers apart. Feel that wonderful stretch in your whole hand, in your fingers. And then gently start to twist the hands around so that the fingers are pointing in the opposite direction and press into one another. Feel another stretch in the other part of your arm and your hands. And then we turn our hands in the opposite direction. And press gently against one another. Elbows reach away. And we'll do this several times, just stretching out those hands. No rushing, just taking your time. And then release the arms down. Taking your shoulders, rolling back, loosening up our shoulders, where loads of stress of our stress is held in our shoulders, our neck, and then roll the shoulders in the opposite direction, forward. And then release down. Clasp the hands in front of you so that your palms are facing initially in front towards you, and then flip the hands around. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, press the hands away. Drawing the shoulder blades down your back. So you're going to feel a stretching of the whole arm as well as your hands and in your shoulders. And then take an inhale, press again forward, and then exhale the arms up. So holding your arms up just for a few breaths. And then take an inhale. And as you inhale, first extend the arms up, and then with the exhalation, allow the arms to float down. So we've worked our hands and we've worked our arms, so we're stretching them out before we actually start our practice, our full practice. So now we're concentrating on the feet. So we're going to start with activating the feet. And what that means is that you press the ball mounds of your feet away towards the front of the room and spread your toes apart. So it's not this is flexed, this is activated. So we're going to actually go back and forth first so you get a sensation of what flexed is and activation is. So this is flexed, and then when you press forward, press the ball mounds of your feet, spread those toes, and of course do not forget your core and your spine, aligning that spine. Spread the toes again. So we'll go back and forth. You're going to actually feel some stretching in your thighs. You're working your thighs, your shins, as well as your feet. So that's what we'll do. This is activation. And then we're going to keep our heels together and open up our feet. And press our feet, the soles of our feet towards the front of the room as we maintain a straight spine. And then bring the feet back together again. And then point. And then open up again. Heels are still touching. Spread the toes and pull the toes towards you. And then close. We'll do that one more time. Point the toes, open, and then close. And then you go in the opposite direction. So you're pointing, you're opening, and you're closing. And you do this several times. Do it at your own pace, and then come back to center. Okay, so this is the last stretch that I'll be demonstrating. But it can be quite intense. But I'd like for people to give it a try. At least hold it for just a few breaths first, and each time maybe a little bit longer. Okay? But it's a wonderful foot stretch. And we tend not to stretch our toes in this direction, very rarely. So it will actually increase the blood flow in your feet, and it will energize the feet. feet. So what you want to do is you're kneeling. You bring your toes, you spread your toes on the ground, so you turn your toes under, sitting on your heels, making sure that your little toe is pressed also into the ground. The tendency is that little toe to pop up. So play with it. And then just sitting here. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to do any stretching. If you'd like, you can always, reach your arms up towards the sky, do some side stretches while you're in this posture. But you can also just stay here. Close your eyes for a moment. It's going to be uncomfortable, but hold it as long as you can. Maybe an extra breath longer than you think you can hold it. And then you release down. When we come down, just pat. You come onto your knees and just pat the tops of your feet. It's a wonderful, wonderful stretch for your feet. It makes you feel good. It actually affects your mood. It makes you feel a little bit more buoyant. So in closing for this first sequence, I want you to really concentrate on the two areas that are most neglected, which are our feet and our hands. If you take time each day, even we were talking about 5 minutes, 10 minutes of your time, to really concentrate on those two areas, you'll notice a difference in how you feel at work, how much more energy you have. You'll probably walk a little bit more freely, feel a little bit lighter. So give it a try. Thank you.